Hello, beautiful souls. Today, I want to speak to you about something that is quietly shaping your life every single day. Something incredibly powerful, something most people never stop long enough to notice. I want to talk to you about your energy. Not just in the spiritual sense, but in the very real way your energy is being directed from moment to moment, often without your conscious permission. And once you see what I'm about to share, you may begin to move through your life very differently. There is a silent pattern that many people are living inside of, a pattern where their attention is constantly being pulled outward, towards noise, towards urgency, toward emotional reaction, toward things that feel important in the moment, but rarely contribute to the life they truly desire. And over time, this creates something subtle, but significant. Their energy becomes scattered. Instead of building their inner world, it is continuously spent responding to the outer one. So today, I want to gently invite you into a question, not one you answer quickly though, but one you allow to echo within you. Where is your energy really going? Because here is something we were never deeply taught. Your energy is creative. It is not passive. It is not insignificant. Where your energy flows, your life begins to organize itself. What you repeatedly give your attention to, you strengthen. What you emotionally feed, you sustain. What you consistently focus on, you begin to experience more of. Not because life is punishing or rewarding you, but because attention is participation. Let that land. Attention is participation. Now, this is where many people have their first realization. They begin to see that they're not just witnessing their life, they are in many ways directing it through their focus. Yet most of this direction is happening unconsciously, habitually, automatically. Think about how often your attention is pulled throughout a single day. A headline, a notification, someone else's urgency, an argument that is not yours, an emotional current moving through the collective. Before you even realize it, your nervous system has leaned toward it. Your mind is analyzing it, your body is responding to it, and your energy has already begun flowing there. Not because you choose it with intention, but because something inside you was hooked. Now hear me when I say this, with warmth, not judgment. This is not a flaw. This is not a flaw. It is part of being human. Your brain is beautifully designed to notice what feels intense. Your nervous system is naturally attentive to what appears important. But the modern world is very skilled at presenting things in ways that feel urgent to your biologies. So, without awareness, you can spend enormous amounts of life force reacting instead of creating. And here is the wake-up moment I want to offer you today. Not everything that calls for your attention is meant to have your energy. I'm going to say that one more time. Not everything that calls for your attention is meant to have your energy. Just because something is loud does not mean it is aligned. Just because something stirs emotions does not mean it deserves your focus. Just because everyone is looking in a certain direction does not mean you are meant to follow. You are allowed to choose. More than that, you are meant to choose, because when you begin choosing where your energy goes, you step out of unconscious participation and into conscious creation. Many people believe exhaustion comes only from doing too much, but often exhaustion comes from giving your energy to too many places that were never yours to carry. Let that settle in your body for a moment. How many things have you emotionally carried this week that were never truly yours? How many conversations replayed in your mind long after they ended? How many situations pulled you into reaction instead of allowing you to remain rooted in yourself? This is how energy quietly drains. Not always through dramatic events, but through small, repeated leaks of attention. And the tricky part is when this becomes normal, you stop noticing the cost until one day you feel scattered, disconnected, unable to hear your own inner voice clearly. Not because it disappeared, but because it was being spoken over by too much external noise. So here's something I want you to begin remembering. Your energy is sacred, not in a fragile way, but in a powerful, creative way. It is the force through which your intentions take shape, the soil from which your future grows, and you were never meant to live in a constant state of energetic output without conscious direction. There is a difference between being informed and being consumed, between caring and carrying, between witnessing and absorbing. You can be aware of the world without allowing it to live inside your nervous system, and that is a skill. And like any skill, it strengthens with practice. Okay, so imagine for a moment what your life begins to feel like when your energy is no longer scattered across 100 directions, when your attention is no longer constantly hijacked by whatever appears most urgent, when you are no longer reflectively reacting, but intentionally responding. There is a steadiness that emerges, a clarity, a quiet sense of returning home to yourself. And from that place, your desires become easier to hear. Your intuition becomes easier to trust. Your creations begin to carry more power because they are infused with focused energy. This is why guarding your attention is not about avoidance, it is about authorship. You are choosing the conditions under which your life unfolds. I want to share another realization that can gently shift how you move through your days. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not have to solve every problem you see. You do not have to internalize every emotional wave moving through the world. You are allowed to remain rooted, centered, self-led, and from that place, you actually become more supportive, more present, more impactful because your energy is not depleted. Many people fear that if they stop reacting to everything, they become disconnected. But what often happens is the opposite. When your nervous system is no longer in constant reactivity, your presence deepens, your compassion becomes steadier, your actions become more intentional, and you stop pouring from an empty cup. So as you move forward from this moment, I want to invite you into a subtle but life-changing practice. Begin noticing where your energy goes, not with criticism, with curiosity. Simply observe. And at the end of the day, you might gently ask yourself, where did my attention rest today? What energized me? What drained me? What truly mattered? And what simply pulled me in? Awareness alone begins to close the leaks. And those leaks close. And as those leaks close, something beautiful happens. Energy returns. Clarity returns. Your creative power returns. You may even notice a growing desire to protect the peace you are cultivating. I want you to honor that. It is wisdom emerging. Let today be the day you remember your attention is one of the greatest creative forces you possess. Guard it with intention, direct it with care, and trust that when your energy is no longer scattered, your life begins organizing in ways that feel more aligned, not forced, not chased, but allowed. You are not here to live in constant reaction. You are here to create, to experience, to expand, and to inhabit a life that reflects the depth of who you are. And that begins with something simpler than most people realize, choosing where your energy flows. So move through the rest of your day with this quiet awareness and notice what begins to change. I am so grateful you are here with me today. And this is a conversation we are going to keep opening together, because learning to direct your energy may be one of the most important skills you will ever embody. Your attention is creative, your energy is sacred, and your presence in this world is meant to be intentional. Guard it wisely, direct it lovingly, and remember, you are always allowed to return to yourself.